Thank you. Good afternoon, Minister. Minister, during our decades-long engagement in Afghanistan, many Afghan Canadians were recruited by the armed forces to serve as language and cultural advisors, LCAs. These individuals wore our uniforms and operated at great peril with their combat units outside the wire, and it remained in the theater for extensive periods of time. Unfortunately, some of these individuals were wounded, while others continued to deal with the effects of PTSD. Yet because they served as civilians on temporary contracts, your department has denied them help and benefits. Minister, these brave individuals served our country and put their lives on the line. What is stopping your office from providing these people with the help and the benefits they certainly have earned and deserve?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much, Senator. An important question. I had a long meeting, and I've had a number of discussions with our ombudsman, the military ombudsman, on this particular issue. Let me also acknowledge, I think all Canadians should be grateful for the critical services and contributions of the language and cultural advisors. They served alongside our CAF members, and I know in my conversations with the CAF members, they valued their work and they valued that relationship. And I've also acknowledged that service can have a lasting impact on those individuals. There are, in these specific cases, just to be really clear, the benefits that are available through our Veterans Benefits Act and program, unfortunately, these were contract employees. So in many respects, they were members of the public service and therefore are not necessarily eligible for the federal benefits, the same benefits that were available to our soldiers. However, there are very, I think, important and different ways that we can support these military advisors. It is important work that I and the Ombudsman's office are doing together. We've engaged with the Department of National Defense to make sure that there are other mechanisms where we can provide the necessary and I think required supports to those individuals. I think it's a really important question, and we're trying to find ways that we can do the right thing by these people. And I've also been working very closely with the Minister of Veterans Affairs on this issue, trying to make sure that we do what Canada is obliged to do.
Senator McDonald?
Yes, you've touched upon my second question, so I'll go back to it. This issue has been repeatedly flagged for over 5 years by DND and the Canadian Armed Forces Ombudsman's Office. And now you're saying you are in discussions with the Ombudsman.
Yeah.
I'm just, as the Ombudsman and yourself, can you find a resolution to this matter? Because right now they're falling through the cracks.
I'm in complete agreement with the Ombudsman and with your point, that we should not allow these people to fall through the cracks. They are not treated exactly the same way as CAF members that served in Afghanistan because they were not members. They were contract employees. And in that respect, there are other benefits potentially available to them. Now, I'm aware that the WSIB has resolved 23 of the 26, I believe, cases that are before it that have provided health benefits to those individuals. I'm also aware that one case so far has done with income replacement for an individual that was qualified. These things have taken time, perhaps too much time. I would acknowledge that that made it difficult for these individuals, but we are utilizing the laws and the benefits that are available for public servants through the WSIB, and that work is progressing. I think there's more work to do.
Thank you, Minister.
Sure.
Senator?
When you appeared before us this time last year, I asked you about the terrible impact your government's affordability crisis was having on the men and women of the Canadian Forces and their families. Now, we've already heard about the alarming situation at CFB Gagetown of 40 to 50 military families using the food bank each month. As well, Canadian Forces personnel who were sent to Ottawa for specialized cyber training had to rely on food donations from a college's staff so they wouldn't go hungry. They also went months without having their expenses reimbursed. So, Minister, we've heard of reports of homelessness amongst serving members. Why should our proud military and their families have to struggle just to survive?
Yeah.
Minister Blair.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. An important question. We also looked into making sure that we provided the right supports to these individuals, making sure they have everything they need to do the job we ask of them, are cyber operations students that went to Willis College. When they completed the basic military training and were awaiting the next training course at Willis College, we actually posted them to basic training list at CFP Kingston in order to minimize any financial pressures they may have experienced while living in Ottawa. And in January of 2023, we placed all full-time personnel at Willis College to provide administrative assistance and prioritize efforts with all of our local CAF resources. And so we were very aware of the pressures that these individuals on this highly specialized course faced because of the training that they were taking place in Ottawa, and steps were taken to provide them with the resources and supports that they required.
Senator Martin.
Yes, Minister, when you were last year, you told us you believed the real answer to the affordability crisis is more housing. Yet on April the 1st, you raised the cost of rent for Canadian military personnel living on bases. Minister, why did you raise their rent this year, and will you do so again in 2024?
Yeah, the rent, thank you. The rent, to be clear, is tied to income, and of course we gave them a pay raise. And so there was a subsequent impact on that. But can I be clear? There's also a huge issue of supply. And we are making very significant investments. Not enough time to answer the full question here, but we'll be announcing this week 400 new military housing units on 3 of our bases, including at Gagetown, Borden, and Esquimalt, are going to begin construction immediately. We're also, through a number of programs that my department has now initiated, including a Project Pathfinder, we're making arrangements to lease property to municipalities and developers to build housing on D&D property without selling it. We can get it done quickly, and the plan, and I've spoken to a number of extraordinary people across this country, is to build housing quicker.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Minister. Senator Bean.